Okay, so now that we have this sphere that we've sculpted, combined two sculpts for one, I got some textures that I've preloaded that we're going to use to make a nice looking sphere. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get out of edit mode. So we're going to clear our canvas, which you can go into a color clear, or as you notice the shortcut is Control N. Let's grab a plane. Regular 3D plane will do. We're going to go ahead and drag that out. We're going to put that in edit mode. We're going to go ahead and grab this concrete texture that I have, and we're going to take it on flat color. So that shows me the actual RGB information without any material information on there. So we're going to move this around so that I have a nice straightforward plane. Okay, we're going to go out of edit mode now. So that drops this to the canvas. We're going to go pick up that sphere I have where it's all the combined that I like. We'll drag that out. We'll put that in edit mode. So now what I'll have is a sphere that can be moved around by this plane. So now with the ZBrush brush, what we're going to be able to do is we want to take Z-add off and we want to turn RGB on. And of course now you have a slider controlling that information. Make sure you're in ZBrush, and I'm just going to use the freehand. I like using the freehand. So we're just going to do a little section here so you get an idea of what we can do. So I need to get this information onto this sphere. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to Move or hit W, and your transpose line will come up where I'm going to click on the object that I want to paint. Now I'm telling ZBrush where do I want to get that information from. Well, I want to get it from this plane. So the first click's on the object I want to paint, where I want to paint, and then the last one is you drag out to, okay, I want to paint this right here. So now if we switch back to Draw or Q, and we're on RGB, I can start painting in that plane right onto my sphere. And I can move around my sphere, hit W, take a new part, hit Q, and don't worry about this, as we're going to be able to fix that. Hit again W, and we'll go to this part. So we're making a nice little section here of some really cool looking concrete right now. So again W, and we'll take this section here, and we're going to take W, and we're going to take that section there, and W, and we'll take that section. Okay, so now I have this nice little section here with some concrete. Let's go a little bit more right here. Just quickly, I'm not going to do the whole sphere, I have a finished one for you guys to see. Okay, so I have this little section here. Okay, well, I have another texture I want to combine in this. So this is really easy to do. Take yourself out of edit mode. Okay, so it drops both. Now I'll have this dropped and this dropped. We're going to clear the canvas. Again, remember it's Control N for the shortcut. I'm going to grab that plane again that I have the texture on, and I'm going to switch to my other texture now. And when I drag out, it's got the other texture on there now. So make sure, drag it out, put yourself in edit mode so you can move your plane so you can see everything that you want to see. I'm going to go back to that sphere that we have, but remember to make sure to take yourself out of edit mode so you can drop that plane. Go back to the sphere, pick that sphere up, put yourself in edit mode so you're able to rotate. Now I want to bring this texture into here. So again, W, and click and drag that section. Again, the first click is the object, which is the sphere, and where am I getting information. Q back into Draw, and now we're combining two textures as one. Now of course what you can do is drop your RGB intensity down and play with that so that you can blend this texture slowly into each other. So you're going to bleed it in so slightly so that you have both textures now becoming one, but I'm combining multiple textures. So now I have the rough texture and I have this texture with the cracks on it. Of course, you could just do this texture right here and have just this texture. Give you an idea what this will look like on here. There you go. Okay. So now I also want to add another element. I want to add some grass maybe in here and here. So again, take yourself out of edit mode, clear your canvas, go back to that plane that has the texture assigned to it, grab my grass texture, drag out my plane, get in edit mode so I can adjust, which edit, the shortcut is T, and that's a good spot for me. Then go ahead, take yourself out of edit mode, which is T, grab that sphere again, drag that out, put yourself in edit mode. Now let's go add some grass. So again, W, and you're grabbing the object, and then you're grabbing some grass. Let's make a smaller brush size, and let's bring some grass elements into these cracks. Slightly. Of course, you could bring in a lot of the element, but I don't want to do that. I just want to bring in some subtle elements and change my RGB so it's a slight change. Nice smooth transition from the grass to the texture. So really nice feature. So what you get is, I have a finished product here. So this is the sphere I've done, combined all three textures and the techniques of the mesh. So really great looking concrete with some grass texture to bleed in to each other. So that's a really great example of how the ZBrush brush can sculpt your detail in, paint your detail in, and you can get some amazing textures and amazing mesh looking really great.